Hello and welcome to the news at 10 on Nta News24. We are reaching you live from Abuja. I am Olajide Bello. First, the headlines. First Lady Oluremi Tinubu assures Nigerian women of continuous support to realize their potentials.
We have witnessed increased representation of women in key positions within our party and government.
Farmers in Kogi State commend federal government for life-changing agricultural projects.
In the past, they don't know that you can process maize into semo locally.
Correspondent takes a look at vandalization of power infrastructure and measures to safeguard them. Empowering women is not just a matter of social justice, but also a catalyst for national development. The First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, emphasized this at the APC Women National Summit and Dialogue in Abuja. Yenre John has the details.
Senator Oluremi Tinubu, CEO.
Gathered here are members of the women wing of the ruling party, the All Progressives Congress. Their convergence at this national summit in Abuja is to discuss identified challenges and opportunities for enhancing the profile of the APC in Nigeria, with the theme Empowering Women for Leadership and Nation Building. The First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, led the charge in reminding women in the country to key into the renewed hope agenda to improve their economic fortunes.
The renewed hope agenda of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR places strong emphasis on creating opportunities for women to thrive economically, socially, and politically. In this administration, we have witnessed increased representation of women in key positions within our party and government.
One of the greatest responsibilities we have as women leaders is to empower the next generation of female leaders. Let us envision a world where every girl knows that she can be a leader.
Women are the foundations of the nation. Therefore, they are the foundation of the house. Without a strong foundation, the country would not be built strongly.
We, the women, the First Lady of the nation advised us and told us what we should do. I think now she has kind of gingered us up to go out and take our rightful positions.
The program has been very impactful and it has been very insightful.
Other stakeholders at the event emphasized the importance of women participation in political decision-making. In Abuja, Yenre John, Nta News.
Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, has donated the sum of 50 million naira as an endowment fund for the best overall graduating female student of the Federal University of Dutsinma, Katsina State. This was when she received an award of honorary doctorate degree from the institution. Zara Umar Adamu reports.
The First Lady, Senator Remi Tinubu, received the doctorate degree award for her exemplary leadership and concern to the girl child education and development. Represented by the wife of Gombe State Governor Asma'u Inuahaya, the First Lady noted that education has remained the driving force for all her charities she has been involved with over the years.
I consider this award as a challenge that will continue to inspire me in my effort to uplift others for greater good and development of our nation.
44 students out of the over 4,000 graduates bagged first-class degrees, while 872 are awarded with second-class degrees in various fields.
I will be failing in my responsibility as the Chancellor of this great university if I do not draw your attention to the security challenges bedeviling the university, which has made the conduct of any activity at the main campus impossible.
we are graduating a total of 297 postgraduate students. Out of this number, 18 have PhD, 226 has academic masters, 153 have professional diplomas, and one has PGD.
Wow, I feel so excited, as in the sky is even my limit. I'm very happy.
So it has been a very challenging surrounding, but we sitting here today is of something of joy. So I'm really happy.
3 other eminent Nigerians that distinguished themselves in various activities also received doctorate degree awards from the university. Zara Umar Adam, NTA News.
A conference by All Progressives Congress (APC) was held in Bauchi to analyze current status of the leading political party in relation to what is described as an extraordinary developmental policies put in place by the Tinubu administration. Ensuring proper awareness of the leading political party's target is the theme of the conference under the Foreign Affairs Minister, Yusuf Tuga, and that of Health, Professor Ali Pati. Muazu Hassan has details.
This critical stakeholders conference has brought together all APC members, including serving and former ministers, former governors and legislators, alongside other political office holders in both federal and state levels.
The parties have agreed to maintain peace, unity in the party, in all structure in the party in Bauchi State. We shall discipline any erring member who committed offense outside the constitution of the party.
APC stakeholders have unanimously reinstated their loyalty and support to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his New Hope agenda, with assurance to maintain their existing unity.
The party also stands that Mr. President, the party in Bauchi State are in support of Mr. President and our 2 ministers in achieving his New Hope agenda.
We all attended this meeting and we discussed the unity, peace and justice of the party. And I am impressed with the turnout. Clear indication that the party is ready and willing to take over Bauchi.
Other speakers of the APC conference, while encouraging members on the need for discipline, also assured their commitment to ensuring a long-term plan for the APC to remain a leading political party in the country. In Bauchi, Muaz Hassan, NTA News.
More than 5,000 youths who have successfully acquired basic skills in various fields of endeavor and graduated have been presented with starter packs by the National Hydroelectric Power Producing Areas Development Commission under its Youth Transformation Program. Hussein Musa reports that the first phase of the initiative covers communities affected by the operations of the hydroelectric dams in 6 states of the Commission.
The pack ranges from sewing machines, makeup kits, kitchen appliances to poultry and fish farm equipment, among others. The initiative is to correct the adverse effects of the operations of hydroelectric dams that has rendered the youth populations in these communities poor and vulnerable. People of vested interest who allowed the benevolence say it will go a long way to encourage entrepreneurship and innovation, reduce youth restiveness and foster social cohesion.
Mission and vision aligns with this administration's commitment to improving the lives of Nigerians.
To get skills is one thing, and to use it is another thing different. So please and please do not sell your starter packs.
We are quite aware of the commitment of the administration of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu towards job creation and youth empowerment. We are fully prepared to reciprocate these kind gestures through improved performance. We are therefore already mooting the idea of establishing an entrepreneurship and empowerment unit in the Commission.
Hyperdeck will do more of this, and most of the projects that will come will be tied to zonal intervention.
We want to use it in a very, very beneficent manner so that you, tomorrow, you'll be able to help others.
I can electrify any village given to me now with the knowledge I have on electrical installation, power and machine.
By God's grace, I'm going to utilize what I learned from our mega fashion of design.
Beneficiaries whose businesses have already been duly registered with Corporate Affairs Commission were symbolically presented with starter packs. Emina Hussaina Musa, Nta News.
Lambata-Bida Road, a major corridor connecting the north and other parts of the country, which has practically become impassable for motorists for some time now, is currently receiving attention. Correspondent Isu Edori in Sleja, Niger State reports that some palliative measures have been taken by the authority concerned to fix some failed portions of the road to ease vehicular movement. In the past weeks, several goods and agricultural produce were reportedly destroyed due to the deplorable state of the road, making traveling difficult for road users. Commuters who are optimistic with the repairs, however, urged the federal government to expedite action and complete the road construction. Beneficiaries of the federal government's life-changing intervention in Etai Okene local government area of Kogi State are optimistic the stabilization of degraded landscapes and channelization of water for dry season farming under the Crystal project will eradicate poverty and boost food sufficiency. This was during the Crystal implementation assessment mission to the area. Charles Alpha reports.
Nigerian government initiative, World Bank supported, about community-focused and people-oriented, describe the kind of intervention being carried out here by Agrisol in Okene, Kogi State. Some of these women groups are beneficiaries of the community revolving funds who have used such funds to empower themselves with this cassava value chain and processing center.
What we are seeing here today is a benefit to us, not just with the member, but the entire community, because in the past, they don't know that you can process maize into Semo locally.
You have shown what we treat as ownership of investment. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't support you to take this opportunity.
Issa Yakubu used to be a seasonal farmer, but now he is an all-year-rounder. Together, he and members of his cluster are taking advantage of the channelization of water and a kind of farming method, Agrisol, the agro-climatic resilience in semi-arid landscapes the World Bank and state governments have introduced to combat hunger and malnutrition.
So I'm not telling lies. Follow me to my farm and see what they are up to.
Initially, when the rain falls, you have a crisis. Now, there's nothing like that.
The excitement written on the faces of the beneficiaries actually gives us satisfaction that this project is on course.
Okene, being one of the catchment areas, is suffering from gully erosion that has not only destroyed buildings but claimed lives. Charles Alpha, Nta News.
This is the news at 10 on Nta News 24. More reports after this break. Do stay with us. Thanks for being there. In what can be described as a huge shock, a 3-in-1 radio station in Abia State Commercial Hub has been razed down by fire. An incident a night after the Abia State local government area election has left staff and management in awe as the source of the outbreak is still unknown. At the moment, rescue operations are ongoing to contain further damage. Nigeria's power infrastructure is under threat from acts by vandals disrupting electricity supply and impacting negatively on the economy. Joshua Ojito takes a look at the spate of vandalism of power infrastructure in the country and measures to safeguard them.
From north to south, vandalism of transmission lines and towers continue to impact negatively on the national grid, with huge losses on the economy. The recent 10 days blackout in 17 northern states caused by vandalism of Shiroro Kaduna and Ugwaji Apil transmission lines, as well as destruction of towers along Port Harcourt-Yenagoa line, crippled socio-economic activities in parts of the country. These raise concerns on the safety of power infrastructure and investment in the sector, as calls for the deployment of technology and security to safeguard power assets in flashpoints get louder.
Transmission is seriously handicapped because they cannot stand by every tower all over the country to say we are monitoring them. But they can also go ahead to work with community people at a minimal cost in such a way that if they see anything, let them say something, so that you cannot adopt a preventive rather than a reactive approach.
Regular vegetation control of transmission lines for clearer visibility and decentralization of the national grid are measures industry players say the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, can adopt to mitigate impact of vandalism on the national grid.
We used to have what you call power lines communication. Power line communications runs through all the high tension lines that you see in this country, from tower to tower. What is happening to power lines communication? That was the most effective means of communication. And then those are fault locators.
Also, a national rebirth campaign to reorient Nigerians to take ownership of public infrastructure should be launched by relevant agencies to complement community engagement by the TCN. Regulation to sanitize scrap metal market, as well as stiffer punishment for vandals, stakeholders believe can end vandalism of power infrastructure. Joshua Ojito, NTA News.
As the presidential aspirant, National Union of Journalists Nta News24 of the NTA tours the state to converse for support and vote, he has promised to make welfare of journalists and entrenchment of professionalism the frontline charge of his administration if elected. He gave this commitment when his campaign train arrived Lafia, the Nasarawa state capital, where he met with men of the pen profession. NRJ Autasali reports.
The NUJ presidential aspirant and his campaign team, with the Director General of the Rejuvenation Campaign Council of the organization, Malam Ado Adamu, also were in Lafia to canvass support and votes for their team during the forthcoming National Delegate Congress. They unveiled their agenda that, if supported and voted into office, to include improving salary structure for journalists, infrastructural development, as well as transformation of the union, among others. The campaign DG further described Mr. Atumbi as an honest and credible candidate, which, if voted into power, will ensure transparency and accountability among members, urging them to rally round him for the upliftment of the journalism profession. The Nasarawa State NUJ chairman, Salihu Alkali, assured the team of support for Mr. Atumbi and his campaign team, as he earlier promised Nasarawa chapter inclusive governance.
And I want to assure you, before or when you sit down with the said members to take the final decision.
The presidential candidate equally enjoined delegates to vote in the interest of the union and journalism practice in the country.
NUJ, by virtue of its constitution, has 9 intendments. Those nine intendments are the things we are going to do for journalists in this country, to protect the NUJ and journalism profession.
Mr. Dele Atumbi, who is an assistant director with the NTA International, has served at various capacities in the union, including national legal advisor, National Treasurer and Vice President Zone B. In Lafia, Ayenaji Auta, NTA News.
Nigeria Hunter and Forestry Security Service (NHFSS) will continue to play a critical role in addressing insecurity in Nigeria, particularly in ungoverned spaces, through collaboration with sister security agencies on intelligence gathering and sharing. Commander General NFHSS Joshua Shatime reaffirmed this while decorating John Michie as Deputy Commander General Intelligence. By collaborating with sister security agencies and focusing on intelligence gathering and community engagement, the NHFSS significantly contributes to curbing ungoverned spaces and enhancing the overall security landscape in Nigeria. Continued investment in their capacity and operations will be vital in sustaining these efforts and ensuring lasting peace and security in the region.
That is what is giving room for all this rising of insecurity within the country. Hunter is naturally known to understand the terrain of the forest. So if we are being empowered today by signing our bill that have been concurrently passed by 2 houses of National Assembly, I believe it will embolden our officer, giving us confidence that we can take battle to this criminals element within the forest and dislodge them.
The golden fish, to whom much is given, much is expected.
A very big honor, because this department is the heartbeat of the organization. You guys should agree that our main primary objective as Nigerian Hunters and Forest Security Service is to provide intelligence to our parental bodies. We are the one that are in the front runner. We're in the forest, we gather the intel, the information on what is going on, and then we pass it to them. And I promise the organization and Nigeria that they are going to see a big transformation starting from today.
The NHFSS was established to enhance forest and wildlife conservation while simultaneously addressing issues of insecurity linked to illegal logging, poaching, and land encroachment. You're watching the news at 10 on Nta News24. Here is a quick look at our major stories. First Lady Oluremi Tinubu assures Nigerian women of continuous support to realize their potentials.
We have witnessed increased representation of women in key positions within our party and government.
Farmers in Kogi State commend federal government for life-changing agricultural projects.
In the past, they don't know that you can process maize into semo locally.
Correspondent takes a look at vandalization of power infrastructure and measures to safeguard them. Accidents and other emergencies are inevitable in life and often catch people by surprise. However, a disturbing trend in some instances is how some Nigerian youth prefer to record these incidences for content creation on social media rather than giving a helping hand. And the question that keeps popping up in the minds of concerned citizens is, where is the milk of kindness? Ramatu Abdullahi reports.
People respond to accidents or emergencies differently. While some simply stand and watch without acting, others can be confused and panic or may even act inappropriately. For instance, some persons crazy about content creation on social media might just be concerned about recording the situation to be the first to post it, leaving the victim to battle with their life without offering a helping hand.
The person is wallowing in pain, the person is, looking for assistance and help. But what will you see other people do? Some people, not everybody, we still have a lot of good people. You just go videoing and then you begin to throw it on social media. So I wonder what people benefit from those kind of things. You know, there are a lot of implications to that. You go post something, it's somebody's relation, somebody's father, somebody's mother, somebody's sister. You know, they may not have heard about the incidents, and you quickly go and post it on social media to say, okay, you're the first that posted it.
Because that's what we call misinformation. Someone could record somebody and tag it, this person is dead. And that's what we call shock. A family member who has maybe felt this person was going to work and all of a sudden see the family member or whoso is involved in that emergency online and people are tagging the news dead or these casualties are there could actually trigger that person to go to shock.
It's something we all have to join hands together and make sure that we will carry out a very good dissemination to the public, that we have to go back to what we are known before. Before, if such a thing happened, you see people running to the person, trying to get the person up, some vehicles even coming to stop to assist you, carry the person to hospital, but opposite is the case now.
Providing psychological support by assuring victims that you are there for them or someone is on the way, experts say can encourage the victim.
The society requires more of every individual. You know that when you see anybody in an emergency situation, the first thing you should like, how do I help? Let me call for help. You call 112 or you call 211, whichever one you call. If you call 112, the 112 immediately call the relevant agency that is concerned.
We are praying that a lot of Nigerians should be eager, or people who can assist, let them be trained on first aid.
Some people think that using social media can also connect victims to experts who can provide help. But these emergency experts believe that doing something physically to provide immediate help or calling for help can rescue the situation better.
In any emergency situation, the first thing that should come to our mind is how we can be of help to the victim. Let the victim see the humanity in us before any other thing.
Ramatu Abdullahi, NTA News.
Well, that concludes the news at 10 on Nta News 24. Thanks for watching. I'm on Large Day Bedlo.